Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Manor Lords. Last time we basically solidified some of our food stores and we also unlocked a new development point, being Apple Orchardry, which is going to allow us to expand the food that we have in our settlement and give us a really good foothold for delivering a nice variety of food to all of our settlers. Now, the one thing we did pick up on last time was that this little area of Eichenhau is in need of considerable attention. They don't have easy access to a marketplace and also don't have easy access to any sort of food stores and clothing, which means if we want to continue expanding out into this area, we're going to need to solve those issues as quickly as possible. We've already started doing that by putting a large granary and storehouse in this area and building a brand new marketplace, but until our granary workers can get to and from areas where they can collect food efficiently, we're going to continue to run into issues, and before we get onto our next levels of expansion, we're going to need to address those issues quite promptly. So we're going to dive in and I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about what's going to develop today. Firstly, we need to... we've got a royal tax increase. How frustrating. Well, that is annoying. We're going to cancel that. We've got 306 now on our royal tax. So let's slow things down and take a little look at what we need to do today. Now, the first thing of note is we might very soon have some more houses ready for expansion to level 3, which will give us access to a new development point over here, and we're going to take trade logistics like I said last time. The logging camp's work area is empty, so we're just going to adjust that into this area here and then have our foresters reforest this area that they've cut down. So our logging camp will get back to work. Another thing I've noticed is our wild animals are depleting quite rapidly, so we're going to stop people working in the hunting camp to give us a little bit more in our general workforce. Timber, we have 12 timber, so we're actually going to start off by building some residential here. We're going to make these goat pens, basically. We do need some goats to be harvested here, so we can kick that off. I'm not going to do that one. We're going to have them down here on this little lip. I think that'll be a nice place for them, down by the farms. We'll go all the way along to here. We'll cut back into this area here. That's a little bit too big. We'll go all the way back to there. I think that's nice. So we need 10 timber for that. It's too steep to build now. Actually, this might be problematic. What about here? It's still too steep to build, so I don't think I can actually get any houses there because the land is far too steep, which is a bit of a shame. I don't want them to be too far away from this area though, so maybe we need to just put them on this curve here, or we could go along here. I think that might be a good idea. We'll put some goat farms right along here. Not a great start, that one. What about this direction? Going all the way up to the back. See, they're quite big for goat pens. I think maybe we need to go down this area. Come along to here. We'll cut back across. It's a little bit too small there. There we go. Now, we'll leave that at that size. And then we're going to cut along here to there. That's not going to make a house, is it? Oh my god, it is. Right, okay, that's good. Good to know. We can make a really weird sized burgage plot here. We'll start off there. We'll go to here. We'll cut across there. And is that going to make something for us? It makes 2, but I only want the 1. What if I go like this and then cut it into bits? No, that doesn't work either. We'll leave that space then. And I think we can maybe go along here. Can we fit this in? I don't think that's going to work either. No, that doesn't work. That space is dead then. Right, okay. We've at least got 3 burgage plots there that we're going to be able to make into some new goat pens. What about this space here? Can I run along to here and then to the back there? Yes, I can. That gives me 1. We'll put 2 in there because that should still work. I think that does work. In terms of giving us some sort of additional burgage. So if we have 2 people working in there, we should get double the hides on our goats, as long as it's a small enough size plot. Right, next, yes, it's far too steep there. You can see now the way the road goes, which is a bit of a shame. So we need to start planning where we're going to put our apple orchards. Now, we are aware, and we do know that along here is where I want to build my first kind of large swathes of new land. So we're going to go all the way up to here and then have it kind of meet up with the curvature of the road there. That's going to require 16 timber, and I am going to decrease the size, maybe to around about something like that, and then we can have several orchards and several vegetable patches. What if I keep going? I wonder if there's a better way to do that. Rather than going straight the way down like that, we'll cut to around about here, cut it off in the corner there. That gives us... That's decent, I think. That could be doable. So let's speed this up until we get enough timber to put this in, and then we'll confirm the build. This could take a little bit of time. It might be more beneficial for us to actually get another timber yard, but I don't really want to do that right now. That could be something that we explore in the future though. But we are kind of running out of space here in Eichenau. Obviously we've got a lot of trees along here that we can start felling to give us a little bit more space to build in. But for now, this is probably going to be the best thing for us to do. I'm going to run another new burgage plot along here. We're going to try and match it up as best we can with that. There we go. Decrease the size so we get 2 houses in each one. So we're going to have 3 orchards there, and then vegetable patches. I think will be a good idea here. So as soon as we've got 10 timber, we'll queue up that build, and then we've just got to wait a little bit of time for them to be actually created. While we wait, we're going to have a little look at where we can put some burgage over here, because we need to bring apple orchards into this space as well, so that this marketplace can be fed with apples. And I think this is probably going to be the best area for it. We'll try and do a little bit of maneuvering with what we've got there. We now have enough timber to kick off that burgage, so that gets built. I'm also then going to have my logging camp just switch its work area to this space here, so that it can clear some of the trees and give us a little bit more of an idea of where we can actually put stuff in. I'm going to run a little road here, just along there, and then we can probably fit a burgage plot in there. That's going to be a really nice big orchard. So let's just very quickly go to here, and then all the way back there. It might decrease the efficiency of our orchard, of our windmill, sorry, but I think that should be okay. Let's just reduce the size of that. There we go. It does drop the efficiency of that windmill, but that's okay. Then over here, we're going to remove that road, and then we can remove that one, and hopefully we can run a road along here so that it kind of curves in, and this will give us an idea of where our next set of burgage is going to go. We're going to pop it down here, running along to that space there, all the way around, and fill in that entire area there. We'll decrease the size again like we always do, because we know these are going to be apple orchards, and that is perfect. Right, so we've got a load of apples going in there, we've got a few in here, and that should just facilitate the growth of this area. These have now been built, so we can expand the living space on that one, and then make these goat sheds. Where then, once the goat sheds have been put in place, we are going to have a look at what else we can do to expand this a little bit more. And I think we're going to need another, where is it? Industry, is it? Another tannery that we're going to put right over here. It's too steep to build it there, but we can just... Ooh, it's going to fit in there. So that dead space is now being used. Excellent. What if I just rotate it a little bit? Can I fit it in? Right here. Like that. Okay, it snaps there. That's fine. That's good. What I also want to do is I want to put in another orchard coming down here. Right to the edge there. You'll have it so that it kind of... I don't want it to snap too close to there. We want to kind of come to here. I think that'll do. We'll reduce the size of this again. One more. There we go. Right, now we can have orchards and vegetable patches there as well. Right, so we are doing pretty well now. We're getting these new burgage plots built. We just need people to move into them. We'll have a new tannery built. We're then getting all of this done. We are approaching winter, but as you can see, requirements not met. It's a lot of these people here. They don't have clothing. They don't have 3 types of food. They don't need 3 types of food. I think they only need the 2 at this point. But yes, they need linen, leather, and yarn. Once these are now finished, they are. We'll put 2 people to work, and actually we'll fill up that storehouse, and we should be able to fill up our large granary now as well. So hopefully we'll get some new stalls in this marketplace rather than them going into the main central marketplace, because that's a lot more walking there. And this is where I want them to start moving to, because these guys will then have easier access to the food that they so desperately need. But you can see these are starting to fill up pretty well. We've got shoes and boots in there, which is really good, but we just need a marketplace over here. They are, however, constructing stalls in the main marketplace, which is not what I want, unfortunately. It's a shame because this granary has actually been set a work area. I'm going to reset it now. So we're just going to increase the size of this work area so that it covers this entire district. So we'll go to here, and the storehouse. That's not the storehouse, that's the storehouse. The storehouse will have the same. So again, we'll limit the work area, we'll have it take up this space here, and hopefully they'll now just move their stalls to this space. I then need to go and check on my granaries and stuff here, and just make sure that their work area is huge and covers this entire district as well. I think that's as big as it's going to get. We need it to go kind of like here, but that means that those houses over there aren't going to get anything picked up. So we might need another granary to be built. We'll then have this one. Oh, that was a storehouse, not a granary. My apologies. So our granary can actually kind of try and get over to this space here. And I think it just about covers what I need it to. So over here, these are all goat sheds. So we don't actually need the granary to cover that space. We do need them to get into these burgage plots here, though. So that should help us out immensely. Good. Right. Let's have a look at these burgage plots. Yes, we have some ready for upgrades. So we'll upgrade that one and we will upgrade that one. That gets them to tier 3. And then we're going to have to do a little bit of a sit-rep on all of our level 1 burgage plots because they're also going to need some upgrades too. But things are looking pretty nice. We have those built. We've got these built now as well. So this burgage plot is going to become an apple orchard. This one is also going to become an apple orchard. And this one will be an apple orchard too. We're then going to have vegetable gardens here. And here. And here. And you can see we're now starting to really flesh out that food. More vegetables going in here, and this will all be fed into that main granary over here. We're going to make this one an apple orchard because it's slightly larger. And as you can see, we can now expand the living spaces here. So I'm not sure how much yield these apple orchards are going to give us, but hopefully it'll be quite a lot. Obviously it takes up to 3 years for them to get to full maturity because those trees need to grow. So it will be limited at the beginning, but eventually it will expand quite nicely. So we are taking trade logistics there. That's going to help us out really, really nicely. And then we're going to boost the priority to that one to the highest so that we can get people in there as quickly as possible. We don't have anybody living in these burgage plots at the moment, but hopefully eventually people will start moving into them. We do have 95% approval rating, so that will attract more people. We've only got 4 days left to get the king's tax paid, which is something that I've totally neglected because I haven't been taxing people because I really want to try and get more people into the city, and taxing them heavily will not do that. So these burgage plots are now finished. I'm going to make this one, as promised, a orchard. In fact, all of these are going to be orchards, so let's do that. I'm in debt to the king, but we will pay that off very quickly, I would imagine. I don't think these are going to be the most efficient orchards, but they will at least start producing some apples. And depending on how many we get per year, we'll be able to really get like a good barometer of what we can do with our limited orchards. Hopefully we'll get some tax in. There we go. We've got a nice amount of tax. That takes us out of debt with the king. I'm going to reduce those taxes down to 10% because I still need a little bit more to pay off next year's tax. We are not in a period of growth though, unfortunately. That is something that we're going to have to sort out very quickly. We have no population growth. Over here, we've still got a little bit of a loss of approval because they don't have any fuel now. But that's okay. What we can do, if needs be, is build another forester's hut. So we've got this tannery up and running now. We've got 3 people working in that one, and our hunter's cabin can actually get back to work. And let's have a look at the tannery over here. We do have a constant one person working in there. I'm going to boost that up to 3 because the demand for that sort of stuff is getting quite exceptional. Foragers, we'll get them back to work as well, and our approval rating is starting to get a little bit better, which is really good. Once we've collected a little bit more tax, we should be okay, and we can just sack off doing any more of that sort of stuff. So we'll upgrade our stable as well. And over here, things are starting to stabilize. We do need more fuel in there. I think that's probably might be a good idea then to put in a new woodcutter's lodge down this area. And then at least we know we've got access to everything that we need in this space until they can get some charcoal. We're doing pretty well on our fuel though. We've got loads of firewood and loads of charcoal. Well, not loads of charcoal, but enough charcoal to last. And it might now be time to revisit these orchards, see how they're building. They're getting upgraded. This one is now done, but nobody has moved into it. And the same is over here. Nobody moving into any of these yet. Once we get the required approval rating though, they will start moving in quite gradually. So let's turn our attention to these burgage plots which need upgrading. Again, some of them don't have people living in them. This one does. So we'll just have a quick look at all of the ones that potentially have people living in. These guys don't have enough food. This one can be upgraded. This one can. And this one can. Now, let's just keep an eye on our timber supplies. We've got 19 still. Nobody living in that one. This one not ready for an upgrade. That one also not ready for an upgrade. So they do need access to a little bit more food before they can upgrade, but that shouldn't be a problem. We're also, as we've just upgraded that small stable, going to order another ox. So still, we've got a lot of houses that haven't been filled up yet. You can see we've got, what, 114 families? So there's 70 living spaces there that haven't been accommodated yet. But everybody has now kind of got their upgrades. People should be able to start moving in. And it's just going to be a case of making sure that we are timely with our upgrades and making sure that people have plenty of access to everything that they need. If we go back to our requirements not met, you can see here they have now had their requirements met, apart from fuel there. So this woodcutter's lodge has now been built. I'm going to put one person to work in it. We're just going to have them cut a small area there and add someone into it. Right, we've got some stocks that are being damaged by the weather at the moment, and I think that is in the, looks like it's in the marketplace. Could that be, have we got any abandoned stalls here? No, we don't. The royal tax has increased, but we have managed to secure enough funds to pay off this year's tax, so we will reduce our land tax, and that's looking pretty good. Lots of eggs, lots of vegetables, so things in terms of food are stabilizing pretty well, and you can see our apple trees are starting to grow pretty nicely. So we'll probably not get any yields this year because of the lack of growth there. Let's have a look at our armies. So we've got loads of archers ready. They are fully kitted out. The spear militia are still underway, and the polearm militia are still working on it as well. Let's have a quick look at our blacksmiths. What are they making? They are making the required equipment across the board, I think. Yes. And is this a yes as well? It certainly is. So that's looking pretty good. Our smithy is churning out tools, which is why we're able to get in quite a bit of regional wealth. If I just go to my trading post and have a look at the trades, you can see we've got exports of roof tiles, which is really useful. Stone, we aren't trading it in at the moment. Planks we're keeping a hold of because we're actually using those to create shields. Foods at a pretty sturdy rate at the moment. We're not going to sell any of that. We are currently exporting hides. Now that's a problem, so we're going to stop exporting that. Our wooden parts we are exporting, but we're not actually getting any of that in at the moment. We are not trading firewood, but I will export that, and I will set my desired surplus to like 500. That will allow us to... We'll also establish a trade route so that somebody specifically comes to buy firewood from us. I don't want to export leather anymore, even though I didn't even have a trade route set up for that. So that's good. Clay, I'm not going to export clay because I prefer to turn it into tiles, and grain we're going to keep a hold of. Commodities, tools, we are exporting. We do have a merchant who comes specifically to buy tools from us. Shoes, we're not going to export that either. Military, now at the moment we have 19 sidearms, we've got 40 small shields. What we can do is we can set up a trade route and we can actually sell some of our shields. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my desired surplus to 10. That should keep enough in stock for any losses that we make. Our work area for our logging camp is empty again, and that's simply because we changed it over to this area here. But we're looking pretty good. Ikenhow is in a decent position. We've got food for 11 months and fuel for 19 months, so we're looking really strong here. This burgage plot here can now be changed into a vegetable garden, and this one can as well. And then this one can also be a vegetable garden. Now that that is done, we will expand the living spaces, and once again you can see we are getting more and more living spaces. We now have 186 living spaces here, 187 now. Everything's being constructed, and hopefully we can start increasing the amount of burgage plot levels that we've got. So we've got quite a few level 2s starting to pop up here. This one hasn't even been moved into. That one is lacking food. And it could well be because everybody is working. They simply don't have time. We've got a full pantry here at the forager hut, but that should be picked up by the granary very soon. Everyone's doing a pretty good job, and Ikenhow is flourishing. If we can get another 4 level 3 burgage plots, which I think we should be due for once we get another supply of ale in. Currently, we have a harvest of barley that's due. Do we have any ale in storage? No. That's okay, though. We know that the next barley harvest will kick off a rampant rush to create some ale, which people will then be able to pick up from the tavern. And yeah, I think that's pretty good. 119 families living here now, out of a potential 187. I think we're in a really good place at this moment in time. We are just going to quickly upgrade any burgage plots that are available, and then we'll be able to just see how we're doing for expansion purposes. But this is getting much better. I feel like we've got a really good grasp on things. It did take some time for everything to click here. I think we did have like a couple of problems with developing a little bit too quick. But for now, I'm pretty happy with it. We're doing really well, and adding in these extra burgage plots has actually solved the issues that we were having. The forager hut is now done. We are out of berries. We've got 120 families. See, they're all starting to flock to Ikenhow now because it's such a wonderful place to come and live. The spear militia, the militia footmen are now done, so we will find our blacksmith that is producing sidearms, and we'll have them produce something different. This last one it is. We'll have them produce spears, because I think that's the one that's lacking at the moment. Yeah, we need spear militia, and we need polearm militia as well. Also, retinue. We've got requirements not met over here, but it seems like it's sorted itself out. Yeah, so just as we get the warning, someone comes in and they manage to solve the issues. You can see there the warning pops up and then disappears pretty much immediately. So that's really good. People are starting to move in mass now, and yeah, I think we're in a very good place here. We are building a nice amount of regional wealth. The approval rating is up pretty high. We are starting to produce ale, I would hope. Barley harvest hasn't come through yet, so no, we're not. But those apple trees will slowly grow, and we will get another variety of food, which is absolutely perfect because that gives us the staples that we need to continue surviving. So I think it's probably time that we had a look at staking a claim. So currently Waldbrand, I believe, has now been captured by the enemy lord. The enemy lord has every single land here. There's a bandit camp there, and I think once we've finished all of our arms, we'll be able to go and we'll just stake a claim. So that might be something that we do at the end of the episode. We've got one person who doesn't need to be working in the corpse pit there. There's church as well. We don't need somebody working in that. Happy days. Right, okay. We've finished a load of new burgage upgrades. If we have a look over here, 63 out of a possible 100 burgage plots are at level 2. And we should be due for some more upgrades, hopefully, once people have finished moving in everywhere. So these ones still don't have anybody living in them, which means our woodcutters, our tannery is kind of working for nothing at this moment in time. They are actually working at the marketplace, which I don't really want. So we'll take them out so they get rid of their stalls, and then we'll take you out of the woodcutters as well. Don't want people managing these things. We We can't have that right now. I want it all to go through the storehouse. Only my storehouses and granaries should be doing that. Got requirements not met, but again... Ah, yes, they don't have the fuel there. That's okay, they'll get it. They can go to the shop and pick it up. It might well be that we should actually have people creating these market stalls. Because once again, fuels are down. Ooh, okay. Right, that's interesting. Maybe we should allow them to do that. Currently our food variety is pretty good though, so people are able to get stuff in. Just going to do another sweep through for upgrades. There's one. Excellent. And really getting them all to level 2 is probably the best thing you can do because you get tax. So when you have more burgage plots up and running, you can collect tax. When they get a level 2, they generate 1 regional wealth per month, basically. It's not a tax per se. The tax actually is when you tax the city's regional wealth and make it into your treasury. So it's like you take that regional wealth and convert it into your own treasury, like you are robbing from your own citizens, basically. But that's what tax is, isn't it? We don't have anybody living here yet, or here. I don't know if these orchards will grow naturally, or they need somebody to come in and tend to them before they actually start growing in size. But we've expanded them all anyway. We just need to wait for people to move in. We're at 124. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this run, and we're going to just come back once we've got a few more people in, and we're going to have a look at how our village is looking. But the first thing we're going to do is upgrade some houses. There we go. Excellent. We've got some level 3 burgage plots that we can start producing. There's one. There's another one. And we can get along here. No, they're already level 3. So we have to turn our attention to these ones. That one's going to be level 3. And this one, that's 4. That will take us up to exactly what we need. But I'm going to do the rest of these. My loyal subjects, the first burgage plots we ever built. We need a bit more timber for this one. Come on. See, regional wealth coming in pretty nicely at the moment, which is good. And when you get a level 3 burgage plots, of course, you get 2 regional wealth per family per month. So that's per family living on that burgage plot per month. We actually get more living spaces as well. You can see we're probably going to get up to 200 now. So the burgage plots are being built. We're getting those expansions done. And that's really, really good. We're going to have space for probably 200 families by the end of this. And yeah, this is brilliant. We're doing very, very well. Food is looking really good. Obviously, berries and bread, they're seasonal type things. We've got to wait for a harvest to come in, then we're going to turn it into grain, and then so on and so forth. Get it cooked up in the communal oven, and it takes some time. We don't actually have anybody working in the communal ovens at the moment, so I better do that. We'll get 1 person in each communal oven, and that is the settlement level increased. We are now a large town. We've got better deals unlocked, which means our regional wealth is going to increase pretty nicely. So for some reason, we don't have the requirements met to upgrade to level 3, even though it's quite clear that they are there. Not quite sure why. Oh, there we go. Now we can do it. It was just not showing up for me. So you can see 201 living spaces now. We are finally a large town. So this is looking really, really good. I'm very happy. I've said this so many times. You must be sick of me. But I think we're really, really starting to develop here. 137 families out of a possible 201. So I'm going to leave things to run for a little bit. We're going to see what happens. And we are going to hopefully have some more citizens moving into here by the end of the next year. I'm going to let things run to the end of year 10, and then we're going to come back. So another year has passed. We've got 154 families out of a possible 201, but we also have a fully fleshed out army. So we are going to end this episode by staking a claim on our enemy lord's land. We've also reached 100% approval in a large town, which is incredible. Our population growth is huge at the moment, so now I think is a perfect time to go and fight our enemy lord. We don't actually have anybody living in any of these plots yet, so the apple trees aren't going to see much growth at the moment, but thankfully we've got plenty of vegetables, eggs and bread to sustain us. You can see here we've still got some requirements not being met over here, but they do now have a marketplace that is starting to expand with food stalls everywhere. and a few others. I think we should have a firewood stall coming up here soon. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have this woodcutter, allow them to set up a marketplace. They will then set up a marketplace in this new stall, and that should see some firewood being produced over there. Because this marketplace is now full, I've also built another granary and storehouse on either side of the village here, just to help facilitate the movement of goods throughout the town and get more funneled into this brand new marketplace here. You can see there's plenty, well, the fuel variety is not great, but food is good. Clothing is also very good as well. So that is good. It just means we've got a lot of firewood here. Kind of stood there doing nothing really. I'm not quite sure why the fuel variety is so low at the moment, but hopefully that'll sort itself out soon enough. I'm going to allow our charcoal kiln to set up a marketplace as well. Then what I'll do is I will demolish this clothing stall, or we'll demolish something over here so that it frees up a space for another firewood stall. Although I do have plenty of firewood over there, so maybe it's best that they take the long trek to this side of the village. There is a firewood stall there being constructed, so that's exactly what I want to hopefully stop this happening. Look at this, requirements not met over here, and it's food. And I'm not quite sure why, because they have access to the marketplace over here. Maybe we need to build another market in this area here, so that's what we'll do. We'll put a smallish market right in front of our manor. That's 43 market locations, so hopefully we'll get some people moving in here. And what I'll do, just to help that growth a little bit further along, I'll allow my woodcutters to set up some marketplaces, and we'll also allow our food salesmen to set up some marketplaces. So we'll maybe just allow a couple of our residents to set up stalls in these new markets. So I mean, we could allow these chicken farmers to do that, so I'll do that there. They can go and sell their wares, and then some of the vegetable patches, I think I'll allow them to do that as well. So we've got a load of this lot here are allowed to do it, and I think we should probably pick some of our vegetable patches over here to do that as well, because these are tier 3, so we'll let them set up market stalls as well, and that should hopefully move some of the goods around the town a little bit quicker. So I'll just allow all of these tier 3 burgage plots. Some of them have chicken coops as well, so that's good, and this should hopefully help us fill out our markets a little bit better. I don't want to do this with everybody. I would prefer to just have quite minimal allowances for that, but hopefully that'll stock up our markets. You can see this one is now full, so they should now start moving into this marketplace as well, and that's exactly what we want. So we'll allow these chicken coops as well, just in this little section here. We'll let them set up market stalls as well, and I think that might sort out this issue that we're having. A lot of it as well could be down to the fact that people just can't get to market. They've got too much going on with their day-to-day work lives and stuff, and they're unable to get to market quick enough. The food variety is kind of not great at this moment in time, and it's stopping people getting what they need. But I think we should be able to cope with that. That shouldn't be too much of an issue. But tavern supply is not great, food stall approval not great either. This is something that will become a regular issue for us, I think. But we are right near the end of this episode, and before we finish off, I am going to attack our enemy lord. I want Waldbrand. It's going to be my staging post for the next lot, but also Zweiau. If we go down to Zweiau and we have a look at the fertility here, very good for emmer, pretty good for flax, and pretty good for barley. So whilst I'd like to go central, I'm going to go for Zweiau and set up a farming community there. Now we've got a fair bit of influence over the enemy lord at the moment, so we could actually make a march on Zweiau and Waldbrand all at once. I'm going to assemble my army for now though. We don't have a retinue yet because I've not been investing in that. So we will move our army right to the edge of the map here. We'll have them all assemble over there and we'll prepare for battle. Here they come. Here's our army slowly coming out now. And most of them should now have gambesons as well. We're rallying here. Still rallying. So I can't tell you if all of them have gambesons. In fact, all of them don't have gambesons. We're down a couple of spear militia here as well. What I have noticed is it's a little bit slow when you're rallying troops at the moment. And we're going to fill out our forager hut. We've missed almost a year of harvest potentially there. We're going to move into Zweiau, and then we're going to stake a claim on this land. We just have a quick look at this marketplace here. You can see we do have some stalls that are being set up, but none of them have anything in them. I may have oversaturated my new storage and stuff. That might be the problem we're having right now. Because if we have a look at the granaries and stuff here, that large storehouse does have a lot of spare space available. And over here at this large granary and storehouse, yeah, lots going on in there. But hopefully these issues will be sorted. We've got a hungry family somewhere. Oh, it's because they are on the march. Right, we're going to go up here. We're going to claim Zweiau with some influence. Yes, we are claiming Zweiau. There will be a battle that will ensue here, but hopefully we'll have enough about us to defeat our enemy lord. Doesn't seem to be doing anything right now. The gauntlet has been thrown. The battle's for Zweiau. Where is our battle? We're right in the battle area at the moment, so that's good. We're going to stay in it, and we're going to wait for the enemy lord to send his troops to us. Here they come. So we want to take a nice staging post here. We're going to move everybody across to this area here. You can see there, we actually want to come up to the stone deposit. Actually, we'll do that. So I'm just going to have them move into this area here. Oh gosh, the enemy lord is marching pretty quickly. We don't want to get caught out. The battle's about to begin. So we will just kind of hold. There we go. Pushing them forward now. Right. Our enemy lord is upon us. So I'm going to very quickly move my archers back. I'm going to move these archers back. We're going to have our spear militia take up the front lines. And then we'll have our militia footmen just get ready to flank this area here. And our pole arm will do the same. We'll set our archers to shoot at will. Once again, on both of them. And here comes the enemy lord, who has a fairly sizable retinue. 36 there, but his archers are moving around with some brigands. We've got swordsmen making a march on us now. We're going to let that happen. Then we're going to charge with our light mercenary infantry here. We're going to charge there as well. This lot seem to be trying to get around us. So we're going to have our polearm now do a straightforward charge right into him. These swordsmen here are going to rush out. We've pulled the enemy lord's retinue away actually, so we're going to charge into them now. We're going to have these spear folk rush into the back of the militia, the retinue. The bandits are coming to us now. Hopefully we'll be able to take down some of his retinue, but our archers have now come under fire from those archers over there. We've broken one set of his units, so our polearm are going to charge in again. These bandits are coming across, so I wonder if we'll have this lot hold a second and then charge straight into them. Those bandits should go down pretty quickly. Now our archers aren't taking too much damage, and we've done a fair bit to his retinue. Looking in here on this battle, which is getting pretty intense, our archers are going well into his retinue, and I think they are retreating. The retinue have retreated. So we've got archer fire coming in over here. He sent me a message, the cheeky devil. What do you want? I can make it worthwhile. We'll write him back. We'll say my claims are non-negotiable. Bye bye. Sorry. This land is now mine. So our archers have taken a little bit of damage there, but the rest of our soldiers should now be able to make short work of the remaining archers, who seem to be pulling back. Our swordsmen should catch up to them. Currently our archers aren't actually hitting them, but I think this battle is ours. We're going to retreat back. We're going to reform our formation a second here and just get ready for them to come back. Let's just reform up over here. Those archers will probably come back to us at some point. Here they come. They're coming in now. We've just gone in a straight line formation, and we are starting to take people down now very, very quickly. We're going to make pretty short work of their archers now. Down they go, 12, 9, 5, 4, 3, and we have claimed a victory. And now we own Eichenau. So I'm very quickly going to spend a little bit more influence and grab Waldbrand while I'm at it. We're going to claim that with influence. The enemy lord probably can't recover right now, so I'm going to move my units into Waldbrand, and we're going to claim a second region while we can. Where's our battle area? It's right there, so we can move everybody over to here. And now we'll just wait for the enemy lord to show up, but I don't think he will. Oh, he sent me a message. I can make it worthwhile. I'm going to write back once again. My claims are non-negotiable. Sorry, mate. This is going to be mine as well. That is a very good take. We have a -2 influence with the king now. He's not happy with us because we are turning into warmongers, so it would seem. But I don't care. That's life, unfortunately. And once we get this claim, which will take 81 days, I very much doubt the enemy lord's going to come after us for that. We're going to tax our people because we do need to pay that king's favour back. We've got 291 days, but we've got so much regional wealth now through our sales because of the better deals perk that I'm not really worried about that at all. And we can actually start moving into some expansion here. So let's just take a look at this marketplace, which is starting to develop. Our food variety has gone back up. Our fuel is there. What are we looking at? Oh, he still wants to try and make it worthwhile. I'm sick of telling you. My claims, non-negotiable. Are you going to send some troops to challenge me? Or is this going to be another easy claim? We've got some hungry citizens, but they are both our military. So that's fine. As you can see, we've now gone up to 163. But I think we're going to finish this episode once we've claimed this next land. Waldbrand is ours, and we can actually start developing Zweiau next time. So that's really exciting. What I'm going to do is, very quickly, just have a quick look at what I can actually build in terms of my administration. We can construct another settlers camp, but it does cost from my treasury. He's still writing me. Sorry, what? Go away. Leave me alone, sir. This belongs to me now. You're not going to send anybody along to fight me, so this land is officially mine without even declaring it. We're just going to leave people there. So I've still got people moving into my armourer's shop, which is strange. I don't want people to move into that shop. I want people to, you know, move into these new plots that I've built them. But we can hit a few upgrades up as well, getting some more at level 2, which is also going to be useful. I'm just going to do this while the clock runs down. And yeah, people are pretty happy. We're getting, you know, we've got people who haven't moved in areas, but our royal tax is very quickly going up, which I don't like, but we just have to cope. We just need some more timber, actually. That's what we're waiting for. Go away. I'm just going to end the conversation now. I'm ignoring him. Does our logging camp need to adjust its work area? I've been chopping down some trees, like residually, recently, which is why we're still waiting for more stuff to happen. That's probably why our timber stores have ran down a little bit. If we have a look at our food, though, you can see lots of food, loads of eggs, loads of vegetables, and a fair bit of bread as well. That's probably because I didn't have anybody working on bread for quite some time, but we're still waiting for these orchards to get up and running, unfortunately. Got an empty work area. I think it's our forager hut. Is it our forager hut? It shouldn't be. And it also shouldn't be the hunting camp. I don't know what that's saying. Might be, you know, when it's just a bit of a bug. Got 43 days left before we claim this land. I'm just going to speed things up. Our enemies are not on the map, and I think this is ours. In fact, while we're there, we might as well go take this bandit camp as well. And we're just going to charge right into them, I think. We'll draw them out. An enemy unit has been spotted. Wait, is this him? Is he back? Oh my god, he's in our land. He's coming towards us, though. He's coming for the fight. He's not going to attack us, is he? We're just going to... Whoa, okay. Yes, he's coming. He's brought retinue, he's brought archers, and he's brought... Oh, the same group, basically. We'll make short work of them. That won't be a problem. Let's get ourselves ready for another fight. We'll have our spear militia once again guard the front line. Same again here. Our archers will be right at the back. More archers right at the back as well. And then again, we'll have our polearm and our sidearm militia, our militia footmen, just kind of defend right at the rear. So here he comes again for another go at me. Unbelievable. Took your time, didn't you? The battle begins. Where are they off? They're running away. His army's run away. They've deserted him already. Oh, they've changed their mind. They're coming back. And here come his swordsmen. Right, okay. Let's just get a little bit more tactical with this. I'm just going to select all my units. We're going to have them hold their ground. Just get their positions back. We're going to move our spearmen forward. Same again with this lot. Just keep them nice and tight. Then we're going to have our polearm militia kind of go right in the middle there. We're going to have our militia footmen move to here. Our archers will move just up to the back. We're going to spread them right across. We're going to do the same with this lot as well. Spread them right across and have them fire at will. Shoot at will is on. Shoot at will is on. This lot are about to get absorbed. And we will push forward with our polearm again. We'll have them come through, straight through the lines. And these swordsmen are going to move forward. And then go right into the back of them. On the charge. The battle continues. We seem to be making a good amount of ground here. I'm still waiting for the rest of his units to come through, which includes his retinue, who don't seem to be moving. I'm going to actually pull my spear militia around as well. Oh, there's his retinue. They're attacking our archers. Oh, that's come in pretty nastily. We're going to have our archers kind of... we want to give ground, actually. Not stand ground. We're going to have them push back, get them away. Then this lot, which are all of them, they're going to push in. You're going to continue attacking. We're going to have you move around just so you've got better vision. And his retinue should probably drop pretty quickly. Everybody pushing forward now into the enemy ranks. It's quite difficult to see because of the trees, but his retinue will probably go down pretty quickly. And that looks like a victory for us, I think. Yes, they're running away. Then we'll have everybody just once again hold, reform their positions. Battle is still in progress, but his archers and those bandits that he's hired seem to have deserted him. Here's the archers now. Are they going to approach us? No, they're still hiding in the trees. And here come the brigands. Right, okay, well, once again, we'll form up. We're going to have to do a little bit of recovery after this battle, I think. But we should be okay. We'll have our archers just move up a little bit so they've got a bit of a line of sight on the enemy archers. And then the militia footmen and our soldiers. We're going to move these around here. Those brigands won't stand a chance against us, really. But we're just going to slowly move around these guys and then push into the archers who are on the way out. I think this is ours. Yeah, we've broken the archers. We've killed them in the trees. And Waldbrand is now ours. So we are going to pull everybody back into our lands. We're going to disband these armies. And we now have 2 new lands that we can start moving into. So we do need our armies to replenish a little bit. You can see our spear militia are in a little bit of a state at the moment. So what I want to do is I'm going to go to my blacksmiths just before we finish off. I'm going to have them all get back to work on replenishing our spears. There we go. Right. I think that has gone very, very well. We've expanded our lands. We've got some bodies that need burial, so we'll just have some people working. We've got 4 people working in the corpse pit anyway. And yeah, I think we're looking pretty good. We are now up to 167 families out of a possible 201. So we're starting to really fill out the settlement now, which is very, very good to see. That's going to stop all of these issues where we're having requirements not being met by our citizens. You can see here all of these houses are lacking fuel, which is one of the major issues. We're going to put another couple of people working in the woodcutters lodge now that we've got the space to do so. Our charcoal kiln is doing pretty well, but we're going to build another one. And that is where we're going to finish off. I'm pretty happy with how things have gone today. We're doing very, very well. We'll stick this charcoal kiln over here. Probably kind of around the back of these burgage plots, I think, is going to be a good space for them. And they're going to be able to go and produce some charcoal for us. Or, actually, we'll put it here next to this granary and storehouse. So that'll get built, and I think we've done very, very well today. 2 big battles that we've won. We didn't end up taking out those bandits, but before we start developing Waldbrand, we'll need to do that. But our next step is to move into Zweiau and start setting up a farming community. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Manor Lords, and you're looking forward to the next one. Thanks again for watching, guys. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.